Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I am going to explain about the basic pharmacology of platelet aggregation and classification of antiplatelet drugs. First of all, let us start with why antiplatelet drugs are needed. Antiplatelet drugs are needed for prevent the platelet aggregation. Why we need to prevent the platelet aggregation? Because platelet aggregation takes place in the injured part of the blood vessels that leads to thrombosis. Thrombosis means clot formation inside the blood vessels that leads to occlusion of the blood vessels and reduce the blood supply to the particular organs. In case of arterial and venous thrombosis are major causes of morbidity and mortality rates in the world. In arterial thrombosis, the most common cause of acute myocardial infarction, that means less blood supply to the heart due to occlusion of the coronary artery by thrombosis formation in the coronary artery, and also ischemic stroke due to less blood supply to the brain by thrombosis formation in the cerebral artery, and also it may leads to limb gangrene. Limb gangrene means less blood supply to the limb region that produce a death tissue formation in the limbs. Another one reason is deep vein thrombosis, DVT. It leads to pulmonary embolism. Pulmonary embolism means one or more clot formation in the blood vessels that is located in the lungs. And also deep vein thrombosis, the clot may be transferred from the limb region to the lungs. That is called as embolism. It may be stop the blood supply to the lungs. And also most of the arterial thrombi are superimposed on disrupt the atherosclerotic plaque. When rupture the plaque take place, that exposes some of the thrombogenic substances that will be core to the blood. This triggers the platelet aggregation and fibrin formation. Finally, it leads to a generation of platelet-rich thrombus that can temporarily or permanently occlude the blood flow on the blood vessels. So these are the reasons we need to take antiplatelet drugs by preventing the platelet aggregation and stopping the thrombus formation inside the blood vessels. Then let's see about what is platelet aggregation. Platelet aggregation means the clumping together of platelets in the blood when injury happens inside the blood vessels. Platelet aggregation is a part of sequence of events leading to the formation of thrombus, that means clot formation inside the blood vessels. Then what is the role of platelets in arterial thrombosis? In case of normal healthy vasculature, what will happen? Circulating platelets are maintained in an inactive state. During the normal state, it won't produce any platelet aggregation. It will be maintained in an inactive state by two main substances are released from the endothelial cells which are lining up the blood vessels. They are nitric oxide and prostacyclin. These two substances are involved in the maintaining the normal healthy vasculature. Circulating platelets are in inactive state. It also releases one of the enzyme is called as ADPase enzyme that degrades the ADP release from the activated platelets, because ADP is one of the factors that leads to platelet aggregation. Then what are the thrombogenic substances releases when injury take place in the blood vessels? Number 1, collagens. Number 2, arachidonic acid. Number 3, thromboxane A2. Number 4, adenosine 5 diphosphate. epinephrine 5-HT, VWF means von Willebrand factor, and thrombin. So these are the substances stimulate the platelets and induce the aggregations. Then let's see about what do you mean by von Willebrand factor. Von Willebrand factor is made within the endothelial cells of the blood vessels, which lie in the inside of the blood vessels and bone marrow cells. VWF works by mediating, it acts as a mediating the adherence of the platelets to one another and to the sites of vascular damage. Whenever the vascular damage takes place, the VWF von Willebrand factor works by mediating. It mediating triggers the adherence of the platelets to one another at the site of the vascular damage, and it leads to platelet aggregation. Then see about P2Y12 receptor. It is another one receptor mediating the platelet aggregation. It is a G protein inhibitory protein receptor. They are present in the platelet membrane, which is activated by, this receptor is activated by one of the substances called as ADP. When the vascular damage takes place, the vascular damage releases one of the substances called as ADP. This ADP activates the receptor is called as P2Y12 receptor. They are located in the platelet membrane. At the results, it inhibition of the component adenyl cyclase and inducing the platelet aggregations. Another one is a glycoprotein 2B and 3A receptors. It is a integrin complex found on the platelets. These receptors involved in the fibrinogen and von Willebrand factor activation, and it induces the platelet aggregation and platelet activation for aggregation. So these are the components also involved in the inducing platelet aggregation, and finally it may produce the thrombosis. Then let's see about how the platelet adhesion, activation and aggregation take place. Whenever the blood vessel injury happened, three mechanisms will take place. Number one is vasoconstriction. Number two, platelet aggregation by exposure of the collagen. And number three, releasing of the tissue factor and activation of the blood coagulation cascade. What is the purpose of these three mechanisms for? To stable formation of a chemostatic plug. That means stoppage of the blood release from the particular injured part. So in case of collagen exposure, the platelet adhesion takes place immediately, adhering of the platelets to stopping the particular part of the inside the blood vessels. After adhesion, the second one is it activates the platelet activation. During this stage, the platelet shape will be changed and the granular secretion will be there, and also it activates the receptors glycoprotein 2B and 3A receptor, and also it activates the receptor P and Y12 receptors, and also it may activate the receptors of the VWM factors that leads to releasing of the further substances called as thromboxane A2 and ADP, and also serotonin. Serotonin leads to vasoconstriction. The thromboxane A2 and ADPs are leads to further a platelet aggregation, clumping formation. During the platelet aggregation, what will mean? First it initiate the primary chemostatic plug, and finally it produces a stable chemostatic plug formation inside the blood vessel. That means clot formation inside the blood vessel, that is called as thrombosis, thrombus formation. Then same like stimulus, collagen, or it may be stimulated by the VWF, von Willebrand factor. First it initiates the platelet adhesion, then secretions. then releasing of the substance thromboxane and ADP, it further activation of the platelet, then activation of the receptors, and finally it produces the platelet aggregation and clot formation inside the blood vessels. Then in case of plaque disruption, that also leads to these are the things: activation of tissue factor, collagen and VWF, platelet adhesion, secretion and activation of receptor. Finally it leads to a platelet aggregation. So one platelet aggregation take place. What is the disadvantage means? The clot formation take place inside the blood vessels that leads to prevent the blood supply to the particular organ. It may be stop the blood supply to the heart or less blood supply to the heart, lungs or kidney and brain. That is the serious problem for the blood circulation. It may be damage the organs. The organ failures may be happen because of this thrombosis formation. So during this condition, the antiplatelet drugs they are prescribing, people are taking for antiplatelet drugs for stopping these all the mechanism by prevent the platelet aggregation. So what is the strategies of prevent the platelet aggregation and prevent the thrombosis? First one is to inhibit or treat arterial thrombosis by taking antiplatelet agents. Second one, by taking anticoagulant drugs used for prevention and treatment of venous thromboembolism. Third one is fibrinolytic therapy. It is used to select patients with venous thromboembolisms. So these three ways they are using for the prevent or destroy the thrombosis inside the blood vessels. Then what do you mean by antiplatelet drugs? It is also called as platelet agglutination inhibitor. Another one is called as platelet aggregation inhibitor, agglutination inhibitor. What it will do, it decrease the platelet aggregation and inhibit the thrombus formation. So these drugs are mainly used to reduce the risk of heart attack and strokes. Then what is the target, drug target? How it prevent the platelet aggregation? By inhibition of the following thrombogenic substances such as collagen, arachidonic acid, thromboxane A2, ADP, glycoprotein 2B and 3A activation, P2Y12 receptor activation, VWF activation and thrombin formation. So these are the factors we have to prevent this by administration of drugs. One, inhibition of these substances that prevent the platelet aggregation that will dissolve the clot formation inside the blood vessels. Then what are the classification? What are the antiplatelet drugs? Number one, based on the inhibition, COX inhibitor, cyclooxygenase inhibitors. This inhibitor mainly given by the prevent the formation of thromboxane A2. The drug of choice is aspirin. Second, P2Y12 receptor blockers. There are two categories, irreversible and reversible. Irreversible drugs are ticlopidine, clopidogrel and prasugrel. Reversible drugs are ticagrelor and cangrelor. Glycoprotein 2B and 3A inhibitors. Two categories are there, monoclonal antibodies. The example is abscimab and synthetic molecules called as eptifibatide and tirofiban. Phosphodiesterase inhibitors, two drugs are there, dipyridamole, another one is a cilostazol. These are the drugs they are used for prevent the platelet aggregation. They are called as antiplatelet drugs. Then what is the purpose, indications? I already explained. These are drugs used for number one, primary prevention of CVD, coronary vascular disease. Second one, secondary prevention of CVD, acute ischemic agents, myocardial ischemia, cerebral ischemia, atrial fibrillation, angina pectoris, and also it used for peripheral artery disease. After angioplasty and stent placement, these are the drugs they are using. After heart bypass and valve replacement therapy, and finally it is used to prevent the formation of blood clots in people with atrial fibrillation. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly subscribe and share. We will meet again. Thank you.